So I just want to add to my last video about on the topic of freedom or safety, because in my head I was imagining there will be a lot of people like, well, what are you talking about? What do you mean by freedom, safety? Like, I'm free. I live in North America. And freedom, in case you need a reminder of how much freedoms we've lost and what's at stake here. Sure, yes, there's a mask, right? Which I think is honestly, it's a distraction. It's kind of a mute point, but it's also a big point. It's huge in our culture. So I want to speak to that just a little bit, but there's so much else, right? Your freedom to choose how you take care of your body, right? In the case of the masks, it's a medical device. That is what is being asked of us to prevent the spread of infection, and we're all being mandated and or shamed into wearing one. Freedom to travel, even outside your home, during lockdowns. Look at Australia. They can go out for 1 hour per day. They cannot go further than 5 kilometers from their house. Freedom of speech. Just look at the censorship. Anyone, doesn't matter who they are, regular Joe, dude in his basement, all the way to some of the top medical doctors, censored. Anyone that questions the official narrative. And the really tough part about that is those individuals that do speak out, it's just one at a time. And they're kind of picked off and they're discredited and they're just pushed to the side. And it's not one big unified voice. If you listen to them all over this, you can. I'm also going to post in the stories. It was a guy in Australia. Was it finance minister? I can't remember, so don't quote me on that. But he just resigned. He's like, I can't be a part of this anymore. The direction that this government is taking is tyrannical. It's not right. None of it makes any sense. It's not justified based upon the narrative we're being told. And he's resigned. So check that out. It was Alan Jones from Australia that reported on that. Freedom to work, right? Your livelihood. I know several people that lost their business. Tons more would have gone into bankruptcy had we not had CERB, which I get it, and here I am speaking from a kind of a privileged position where, my business was able to be open and was still able to work. So I'm not in the same situation. So I have total compassion for anyone in that position who has to receive money from the government. But if you think about it, that's what's keeping us passive. That's what's keeping so many people, just staying at home, all good, yeah. But when people go hungry, that's when they go out into the streets and they start fighting for their freedom. Right now, we're just being pacified, again, by money, currency, being spent recklessly, huge amounts by Trudeau right now. And that is also your freedom. You ever been in debt before? How free do you feel? Right? You got to pay that. You got to work, earn currency to pay off that debt. And until then, you're not free. So what about Canada? What about us as individuals that in one way or another have signed up for that contract, that we're on the hook to pay that back? Another instance of freedom being taken away. And we're at the very strong risk of more and more freedoms. So this is definitely not a complete list that's already happened. Just look in your own life. And again, the justification. So this idea of safety, that's an illusion. That's an absolute illusion. In the grand total scheme of things, anytime in reality, there is no safety at all. And especially now in what it's being sold as, with how this is unfolded, where the numbers are at. So, freedom or safety? Just wanted to add a few more thoughts. Let me know yours.